Hi, this is my presentation on bullying and harassment. This is for Westside School, and this is just something that we have been focusing on and are still continuing to focus on. And so it's a presentation that's kind of designed to bring forth some of the challenges and then just explain some of the different ways that teachers can work on preventing bullying in the schools. So the title is Bullying Equals Harassment. The first is the definition of bully. It's a noun, overbearing person who habitually badgers and intimidates smaller, weaker people, a man hired to do violence, a pimp, a procurer. It can also be a verb, to act the bully toward, to intimidate, domineer, to be loudly arrogant and overbearing. So you can see even in the definition there are a lot of powerful words used to describe bully, violence, intimidate, overbear, domineer, loudly arrogant, and overbearing. Next, we're going to look at the definition of harass. And the definition of harass is a verb, to disturb persistently, torment, bother, pester, or persecute. Trouble by repeated attacks as in war or hostilities. And then there's some related words, badger, hex, and plague. Harass can also be in some other forms, harassing, and harassment. But you can see here again some of those powerful descriptive words are used: torment, bother, pester, attacks, hostilities, and plague. So obviously we can see from these definitions that bullying and harassment are very, very big deals and definitely something that we need to be aware of in schools. For types of bullying, the first is physical bullying, hitting, kicking, tripping, pushing, and damage to property. The second is verbal bullying, name calling, insults, intimidation, sexual, racism, verbal abuse. The next is hidden bullying, negative gestures, spreading lies, rumors, jokes, mocking, exclusion, and damaging someone's reputation. And the last is cyberbullying, using digital technologies, text, videos, pictures, and social media to discriminate against someone. And over here on the left, you just see a picture of someone that is being bullied. So that's an image portraying that. Next, we go on to types of harassment. The first one is bullying, recklessly or intentionally endangering the health or safety of someone. Psychological is humiliation, degrading, or abusive behavior to lower someone's self-esteem. The third is racial, targeted degradation due to race or ethnicity. Religious harassment, verbal, physical, and psychological harassment due to religious affiliations. The next is sexual harassment, unwelcome words, deeds, actions, gestures, and behaviors of the sexual nature. Stalking is unauthorized following and surveillance that invades someone's privacy. Mobbing is organized bullying or harassment committed by more than one person, so this would be like some types of gangs, violence, or harassment, or an organized group. Hazing is persecution, harassment, or torture in a deliberate and planned way. And backlash is victim blaming. So if a situation were to happen, there could be one person that was taking the blame for that, and people would take it out on them. We just restated the obvious. Bullying is harassment. It was the first definition that was on there. So this is definitely something that we need to be looking at. And harassment carries, significant legal ramifications. And so these are things that we need to be thinking about for our students, because if we don't stop it now, there are going to be some major ramifications for those students that are participating in bullying, because they are harassing others. All right, next is the USD 489 bullying policy. It talks about the different types of bullying: the physical abuse, verbal abuse, social abuse, sexual abuse, cyber abuse. And I really like that they have cyber abuse on there, because this is something that is becoming a growing epidemic, not just in our school, but in schools all around the country. And then it gives definitions of that. It also states further on down that administrators, teachers, and staff are committed to assuring that all students feel safe and are not the target of bullying, abusive, and teasing behaviors during their school day. It does also show the imposed consequences. The first is that the students report the bullying or peer abuse, and they are referred to the student support staff or counselor. The second is that a detention is given by administration under supervision. The student then has to call their parent. Instance 3, they have a 1-hour detention and a meeting is set up with the students, teachers, and administration makes a parent contact to let the parent know what's going on. In instance 4, there's an in-school suspension. Administration contacts parents. Law enforcement might be contacted, and upon their discretion, a police report filed. So it is something that does carry serious implications. What can you do to help? As educators, it's our job to make a school a safe place for students. Here are the things that you can do. Assess bullying in your school. You need to answer who's it happening to, what's going on, when is it happening, where is it happening, and why is it happening. Second, engage parents and youth. Establish objectives and share them with your parents and your students in the community. You can establish a campaign to stop bullying. Let the parents and the youth know what's going on and let them know that there's an open line of communication. Next, you're going to create policies and rules. Change your mission statement if you need to. Institute new rules and codes of conduct. And the most important part is to teach tolerance and respect, both to the students and to the staff. A lot of times students may not be bullying intentionally, but they don't really know why it's not a good idea to bully and that it does, carry serious emotional harm. And so I think you have to take a step back and look at what are we needing to teach our students, and what do these students not know already, and teaching them tolerance and respect and making them understand that what they're saying and what they're doing has a serious impact on others. And finally, educating students and school staff. This kind of goes along with the teaching tolerance and respect. You can build bullying material easily into your curriculum. It's a great thing to do during social studies time and talk about those types of things. And train your teachers and staff on interventions. Train them on the cues to look for when students are being bullied. Train them on verbal cues and responses to give to students when you hear that bullying is going on. Train them on good modeling behaviors that they can set up while they're walking down the hallways and different things that they're doing so they can help students understand to be tolerant and to be respectful. How is this affecting students? More than 160,000 students stay home from school each day for fear of being bullied. 8% of students miss 1 day of class per month due to bullying. Every 7 minutes, a child is bullied on a playground. 77% of students are bullied mentally, verbally, or physically. 43% of students fear harassment in bathrooms at school. 282,000 are physically attacked in secondary schools each month. 1 out of 5 kids admits to being bullied or bullying someone else. At least 35% of kids have been threatened online. 1 in 4 students is bullied every month in the U.S., and 1 in 10 kids drops out of school due to bullying. I think those last two are probably the most scary facts to me. 1 in 4 students, that's 25% of a classroom. 25% of all students in the U.S. are bullied every month. So that means in your classroom in 1 month's time, a quarter of your students, 25% of your students will be bullied. And then the last fact, 1 in 10 kids drops out of school due to bullying. That's 10% of our total population. And to me, that's just, that's too big of a number. So I think that we really need to make a push and, take the right steps in ensuring that this stops. If we ignore it, this may be the result. And this is kind of a sobering cartoon. It says, one day they're here. Jenna, no one likes it. Jenna, no one likes you. It would be easier on all of us if you would just leave the world forever. It says the next they're gone. Report cyberbullying. We can help. So, this may look like an over-exaggeration, but this honestly happens. There are kids that cannot handle it, and there are kids that are victims of horrible types of all different types of bullying. And for some kids, it just gets so bad and they haven't been taught the coping skills that this is what they feel is the only way out. Here's just some different resources on bullying. There are some great websites, stopbullying.org, the Megan Meyer Foundation, the Bully Project, pacer.org, and bullying prevention. And then some of them also have good websites for kids. The pbskids.org is a great website. And actually on the next page, I want to show you a couple of things that are really cool that's going to end the presentation. These are some different cool kid resources. PBS Kids has some great anti-bullying games for students to learn what to do when they are being bullied. I would say that these are probably better resources for elementary, middle school. But October is coming up, and it is Bully Prevention and Violence Prevention Month. So these would be some great things to try and incorporate in your classroom. Beat the Bully and Rumor Control. The first one is Beat the Bully is the one that we're going to look at. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about rumor control. It is actually a where you have to determine between different rumors which ones are dangerous rumors that you need to go tell a principal about, and which ones are just not nice rumors that we need to ignore and throw in the trash. So this one, Beat the Bully, is a really cool game. It is, you'll hear some of the sound. You basically race against two different bullies in here, and so it's got sound and everything. And it says the year is 2248. Krog and Snydra are bullies. You're fed up with the way they've been treating you, so in a moment of bravery, you challenge them to a rocket race after school. To beat them, you'll need more than speed. So you get to choose who your character is, and then you get to choose who your bully is, and it says choose the best response to each question. So you start your race. One day at recess, Krog grabs your favorite rock helmet off your head and won't give it back. You walk away and pretend you never liked that stupid hat anyway. Tell the nearest teacher or school staff person so they can make Krog give it back, or go take somebody else's helmet so now they feel bad instead of you. So you're going to choose the best way, and then it's going to move you ahead. So the kids can practice going through these. And as you can see, my little guy is going faster than the other one because I'm choosing the right answers. Oh, and so see, we did a wrong one there. I clicked too fast. So now that I won, I get a couple tries to win the bonus race. And so the bonus race is... Okay, well, I'm not very good at it. But you get to try and avoid the asteroids and get to the end of the race. All right, thank you guys for listening.